Hello and welcome to the Sonic Board podcast. It is November 6, 2015. As always, I'm your host, DeoxysPrime, and joining me on this Pochaco-sized edition of the podcast, we have Mule.
Hello.
We have shellblade.
Oh, okay, don't bully Pachaco.
I'm the one who always has to tell you guys that. We have Matt.
Hi.
We have Frank.
Alright, guys, first of all, it's Pochacho. Okay?
She's not Mexican.
I think it's Pachico.
Funk's got the right idea.
Pochacho is quiet.
Also, Funk is here.
Funk is here.
And last but not least, the man who definitely wants to be here tonight, we have Kenny.
Try to play fucking Halo, shut up.
We'll get to Halo. But first...
No, but hi.
But first, so we didn't really get to address this on the anime podcast because, it wasn't relevant at the time, but Funk's totally in Japan right now.
Yeah.
Silence! Wow!
I mean, that's a true statement.
Good for you.
Good for me.
Are you not having a good time in Japan?
No, I'm having a good time. It's fun Japan, comfy times. I'm in one of the comfiest parts of the city, which is great.
How do you define it as the comfiest part of the city?
Well, it's still within Tokyo, so it's still urban, but it's a bit slower. There's less people, but there's still a lot of shops and buildings and districts. So you're still within walking distance of everything, but it's not super busy.
Mm-hmm.
And everything just totally looks like, prototypical Japanese neighborhood, which is just lovely. So just when I'm walking back from classes and the sun's setting, super comfy.
Does the sun set earlier in Japan?
Well, so Japan doesn't observe daylight savings time, so now it is setting earlier. Or no, it sets earlier in the spring. It sets earlier
in the fall and winter, but
yeah.
I was wondering if it still was earlier relevant to here.
Relative,
yes. Because it's it's the one thing I always notice when I'm watching anime is the time when they leave school is always the sun is almost set.
Yeah, it can get towards winter. It can get dark around 4 to 5, 4:30. So
is it depressing?
Yeah, but you take the good with the bad. Actually, I'm getting a little forceful taste of Japanese culture right now. I was sleeping on my Saturday morning that this is being recorded on, and just a bunch of yelling outside because there's apparently a festival going on. A festival for legions of little children.
I think I can actually hear it right now.
Yeah, I can hear them.
Yeah. So, it's not always a positive, but it's good times. It's good times. I haven't killed myself in the suicide forest yet.
That's good. That's a good sign. We've still got 2 months though.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you what's the most stereotypical Japanese thing you've done while there?
That I've done?
Yeah, of something that only happens in Japanese culture. That you wouldn't do over here.
Well, I've gone to shrines and things like that just literally don't exist back in America. I did karaoke, which is just a completely different experience over here, but it's still not very fun. Like most things just aren't fun.
Don't you enjoy singing on Rock Band? Isn't that basically the same thing?
Yeah, but it's they don't have fish. I was quite devastated when I walked into the booth. There's no fish.
But Funk, you're kind of on an island. There should be plenty of fish and seafood.
Oh ho ho ho! Hey!
I was gonna say they have you're not gonna get fucking anime openings in Rock Band, but you can get them in karaoke.
Yeah, but the thing is, Steve, I don't know the words to anime
You
openings.
just fucking make shit up.
You can get anime openings in Taiko Drum Master, though.
Yes, I was actually about to say that. I found a Taiko Drum Master machine very close to my dorm, and I was playing it for a good length of time the other day. And they have a whole anime music section, the game music section. They have a classical music section, which I thought was pretty great. And that game is the best. But the one prototypical Japanese thing that I've done was the visit to the onsen, which is an open air kind of hot springs bath. You see a lot of dongs.
Was it everything that anime makes it out to be?
It was. It was. Afterwards, we all, put on yukata and played ping pong and drank milk and got really drunk.
Oh, cute.
Yeah. We ended up trashing the hotel. After the ping pong game, which was while we were inebriated, we just threw the table around, ran out of the room, knocked over everything on our way as we tried to get back to the onsen at like 1 a.m. So like whenever something was on a table, we would just knock it off. You ever see those videos of cats knocking shit off tables? It was a lot like that. There were these little, I think they're called like gachapon balls, something like that. Some arcade game that has a bunch of little plastic balls, and we just strew those all over the lobby. I don't know why nobody like sought us out for damages afterwards, but I felt really bad when I woke up and realized what happened.
You're lucky they didn't kick you out of the country.
Yeah.
You can get deported.
Some of those things you see in anime, like the milk and the ping pong, but they don't show you the rest. You don't know what you're in for. But the best part was I was at that... I went to that hotel with a bunch of... some international kids, but a bunch of Japanese students. And only the international kids got drunk, and I'm pretty sure we all traumatized the Japanese because they were not ready. So that describes a lot of my experiences here, just embarrassing myself in front of the Japanese.
It is a cultural exchange.
And America as well.
I'm embarrassing America?
Yes, thanks for making us look like a bunch of pieces of shit.
Yeah, there's been many times Japanese people have helped me back to my room because I was just too drunk to do
like
it.
this?
Yeah, basically. So, but I'm having a good time. That's all I can ask for.
10 out
Saw
of 10
DL
would
a couple
recommend.
times. Yeah. I wouldn't mind living here. It's a good place. And everybody's racist.
No shit.
Yeah.
How racist?
It's like a nation full of Kennys.
Kenny's black, he can't be racist.
I take offense
True,
to that.
A lot of people here don't like Koreans at all. They don't like the Chinese. They have they have they have a lot of opinions on black people. They maintain the fact that the Japanese, there's no racism in Japan.
Do you get a lot of looks for being white over there?
I don't know how many looks I get, but I definitely, just walking around, I definitely have a feeling of sticking out like a sore thumb. Or a white thumb in a sea of Asian fingers. So, yeah, but what can you do?
Have you seen any signs that say no white people?
No, well, I might have.
Or no foreigners.
No, but I have. There have been places where people have been turned away for being foreign.
Really?
Yes.
Like
Just like bars mainly.
what? Bars?
Yeah, bars. Some smaller restaurants,
They don't want your kind around there.
basically. Oh, speaking of bars are so hard to come by. I cannot find like a straight up bar. Everything's a club. So the short of it is I haven't had a rum and coke in like months.
Oh, that's tragic.
It is tragic. That's all I want. Been drinking these fucking soda bottles or cans full of like alcohol. It's like fuck off. I don't want
Excuse me
that.
while I take a shot of whiskey. Just joking, I'm drinking beer.
But you can buy alcohol at 7-Eleven, so thank. They got everything. 7-Elevens here are like Wawa's back home. I think only Frank.
Wouldn't 7-Elevens be like 7-Elevens back home?
You would think that, but no. 7-Elevens back home are shit. 7-Elevens here are fantastic. Like you can buy just like fully made meals there, like the bentos. The bentos
So
are
they're
good.
like better than Wawa.
Yes,
Wow.
they have alcohol. They don't have Hoagie Fest, and they don't have the Gobbler.
Oh.
But
What the fuck is the gobbler?
so the Gobbler is a Thanksgiving-themed sandwich sold at Wawa's all over the East Coast of the United States that has turkey, stuffing, cranberry sauce, and maybe one or two other Thanksgiving things all slathered onto a roll. It's a very popular item, and in fact, it's gobbler season as we speak, and I'm missing
not for
it.
me.
Well, yeah, because you don't live in a civilized society that has Wawas.
No, I live in one where you have Thanksgiving a month ago. Got that shit over with already.
What at all does Canada have to be thankful for? Exactly.
I was struggling to think of something.
I wish we could have gotten DL onto the podcast so he could give his half of the Japan story.
I'm sure we'll get it at some point.
Yeah, he gonna give it to you.
I mean, has he been doing much other than, Brazilians?
I was a bit
Brazilian.
She's noticeably Brazilian. I was disappointed in him that he had to go that Brazilian, but he's happy, so I can't really complain. But nobody has the dream of going to Japan and having sex with Brazilians.
What about Brazilians?
Brazilians don't dream, Steve. They're not capable of that.
Well, it's a good thing you're having fun in Japan, because, wouldn't want to go halfway around the world for nothing, right?
No, I would.
Okay, then. Well, Frank.
What's up?
We haven't talked to you in a while.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a while.
Why don't you tell us what's been going on with you?
There's been a lot of things happening. I feel like the last podcast I've been on hasn't been for a really long time.
Yeah, I believe it was actually back in March.
Wow. So a lot has happened to me since March. Not to really bog anyone down with the personal details of my life.
But you're gonna do it anyways.
I guess I might as well do it anyways.
It's been an eventful Frank year.
it has been, and by that I mean it's been utterly terrible. So I went to Disney with my ex-girlfriend now in March. I stayed there for 2 days because she broke up with me while we were in Disney, and I accompanied her back home. I turned 21, and I have been taking full advantage of that turning 21, and I've been drinking a lot, and it's been pretty nice. My preferred drink is a White Russian.
I never stopped you before, Frank.
Yeah, but now I'm drinking a lot, and I really like White Russians, which, for those who don't know, are it's a combination of Kahlua, milk, and vodka, and it's very good. I've also been drinking lots of sake. Yagaki Nigori is my shit. Yakitori is also very good. It's basically my hangout has been pretty much every Monday now since I go to school in Garden City, which is maybe 30 minutes from Manhattan. I just go into the city. I go to St. Mark's Place and I grab some yakitori, and it's good shit. What's been eventful in my life? I wanted to go to law school in the fall of 2016. Now I don't know how realistic that plan is going to be because I just found out that the class that I need to take to graduate, I only have one class left before I can graduate. It's only being offered in the fall. I had intended to take it in the spring, but they're not offering it in the spring. So now I need to take it in the fall. I don't know how that's going to affect my law school plans. I'm taking my LSAT in December. I was studying my ass off for that over the summer. Now I don't even know whether or not I'm going to take it in December.
Now, Frank, for less astute listeners such as myself,
yeah.
what is the LSAT?
The LSAT, it's the law school admission test.
Ah.
So.
Oh, that's the acronym. Heyo.
So that test is out of 180. I've been getting a 165 consistently. I'm trying to push it up to a 170.
Have your parents beat you over it yet?
Yeah, basically so I don't get the shit beaten out of me by my parents over it, but that's neither here nor there. Eventful things that have happened to me aside from that. I saw the Love Life movie in September.
Does Kenny want to get into this? You know what? We should do this now. We need to address this Kenny Frank beef that's been brewing for some time.
Yeah, it really has been just crazy because every time I've been getting on Skype, so I had a pretty rough breakup, as I just got into a little bit. We were together for 5 years, and the breakup happened in fucking Disney World. So I've more or less been surrounding myself with people since the summer. Thus, ever since that has happened, when I get on Skype, maybe a good 5 or 6 times out of 10, I'll have people with me in the background, and it's quite frankly kind of annoying to you guys, I'm sure. But it's just the way it is. I miss you guys. I want to talk to you guys, but I also have people over, and it'd be a little rude to kind of shirk them in favor of you guys. So I tried my best to kind of coexist, but I'm sure it's kind of annoying. And apparently Kenny finds this unbearably annoying. And ever since then, we just haven't been on good terms. Even when I don't have people over, I just come in here and I'm like, "Hi, Kenny, what's up?" And he's like,
he does say that a lot.
He does. And I went to a I don't know how to describe it because it wasn't really an anime con, but it was more like a Japanese culture con. And I went to that in August, and I felt bad leaving there empty-handed because I was about to leave there with nothing. And I go over there and I see a Love Live booth, and they're showing like the actual girls, like the actresses that actually are behind the girls, like they put on live concerts in character. And so they were showing a video of one of those concerts, and the songs were far catchier than I would normally care to admit. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get something Love Live related. And I was having a discussion behind the counter with the guy, and he was like, "Oh, Umi is best girl," and I'm like, "I don't give a shit. Just give me whatever the hell." I was like, "Give me whatever the hell would be best to get me into the series," and he gave me the Love Live Best Live Muse Collection 2, which is a compilation album of 3 discs. It's got all of the singles after a certain point, so it doesn't have like the earlier shit. So I've been listening to a lot of Love Live lately.
Does it have the singles from after the timeline split?
Yeah, I think it does actually. I think that's where it begins. I think Best Live Collection 1 is before the timeline split, and Best Live Collection 2 is after Nico and Maki and Eli, whatever the fuck her name is, like they defect and they become BB and they become like the rival idol group. So I think it's after that point. Anyway,
I like how I missed all this. Like you basically just called us all up during like that exact day to decide what Love Live you'd buy.
Yeah, and like. So I came home and because I was listening to like the songs in the car on the way back, and I was like, "This shit's really good. I can't wait to bond with Kenny a little bit over this." And sure enough, Kenny fucking hates me. So,
well, it's because he became a secondary and went and watched the movie without watching the series.
Okay, I went to watch the movie because I was curious to see what the hype was about, and the movie was only showing for 2 days, and the first day was completely sold out. So I was like, you know what? I'll just go and see it because whatever. And in the movie, they actually went to New York, so I actually felt kind of, it was nice. And not to really spoil the movie or anything like that, but the New Yorkers in that movie do not have New York accents, but they talk in English, like stereotypical, like Microsoft Sam kind of English. So it's a little weird. But, so yeah, I really enjoyed the movie. I still haven't seen the series, but, I wanted to get into it because I wanted to reconnect with my good friend Kenny, but unfortunately, he wants absolutely nothing to do with me. So that's about where I'm at right now.
So Kenny
has not weighed in at all.
Yeah, I was going to say, Kenny, do you want to make up with Frank? Do you want to
make out with
tell
Frank?
him to go fuck himself? Do you want to make out with Frank?
Can we reconcile? Because
come on, Kenny.
Really bad.
Is he asleep? Did he fall asleep? Did he
leave? I heard his chair move.
Okay.
He's contemplating his next move.
Wait, did he just leave? I think he just got up and left.
Oh no!
He missed your whole spiel.
Oh no!
Kenny. Oh my god!
Oh my god! Oh no!
Oh,
now I feel really
fuck!
bad.
I guess we've got to stall until he gets back. So Frank, why don't you tell us that story that's apparently embarrassing or whatever?
I feel really bad now because I didn't mean to like offend Kenny or anything like that.
No, you didn't offend him. He's just being Kenny.
I guess so, but I also feel bad. Anyway, something else that happened. I went to college.
I'm back.
Oh.
Are you just pulling our legs, or did you actually leave, Kenny?
I did not leave. I've been sitting here listening to it the entire time.
I knew I heard your chair squeak. So are you gonna
Devilish.
make up with Frank? Can you guys be friends again for the band?
What?
For the band?
For the band.
Can't understand you. You're like breaking up.
Oh no!
Can't
I hope not.
I want to be friends with Frank again.
No.
Why not?
Kenny,
please.
Kenny, we're all friends. Friends love each other.
I don't even know what I did wrong, but I feel really bad about it.
I don't think you did. I think Kenny just holds grudges.
Were you guys in the club and you went up and slapped Kenny's girl's ass or something?
Kenny, we can't move on until you guys move forward.
Is this the whole reason why I'm on the podcast? For a fucking intervention?
Well, no, the intervention's the next topic. That's about drinking, but this is to repair your relationship, your friendship with Frank, your Frank friendship.
Your Fantastic Four.
Repair your social link, Kenny. Kenny, stop playing Halo for 1 second.
Sorry.
Kenny, put your game on freeze.
It's on pause. That's what it's called. I was having fun killing Franks.
Or Franks, as I like to call them.
Are you talking about German people, or?
Kenny, we just need to hear the words.
What words?
That you're friends with Frank again.
I am.
There we go.
God damn it!
You said the
word.
word.
It's so difficult.
Kenny!
What?
Say it!
No, I'm not gonna say it.
Oh my
God
god!
damn it.
Can you at least tell me what I did? Excuse me. Can you at least tell me what I did wrong?
Everything.
Everything. Okay, that really helps me to move on and become a better person. It's I have to do some real soul searching now over that. This has really been a banner year for the Frank Meister.
Is that what you call yourself?
Oh my god.
Okay, so in conclusion, Frank, Kenny are friends again.
Yeah.
We are? No, we are?
Yeah. You become Frank and Kenny again.
Well, I mean, there it is. We are Kenny, 2012.
No, that was a question, not a statement.
We are.
Okay, I'll level with you.
Okay.
Fine. Fuck it.
Yay!
I'm fucking pissed off that you didn't watch the fucking series and watch the movie and I didn't get to watch it because I had no opportunity.
Oh, is that what this is about?
That's part of it.
Great.
Okay.
The rest is about Jersey Shore.
Oh, all right.
Which
Jersey
we
Shore
were
is
already
dead
aware
gone.
of. So we can all move on now.
I never thought that Love Live and Jersey Shore would be so inextricably linked.
Right. The movie was good though. If it makes you feel any better, I'm pretty sure the Blu-ray for the movie comes out on your birthday, and it has subtitles.
Frank, I'm going to tell you right now, just stop right there.
Doesn't it though? I'm pretty sure it comes out.
Pretty close, yeah.
Man, I wish I could live near a major city that's showing a movie that I really want to see.
Oh, well, I mean, if it makes you feel any better, the movie was censored.
Shut up!
I'm sorry.
Frank, just order the Blu-ray for Kenny and call it even.
No, don't do that!
Kenny's going full soon tonight. Kenny.
What?
Why don't you tell us about Halo 5?
I'm playing it right now. And it's fun. And yeah, that's it.
Kenny, does Halo 5 feature the Arbiter?
It does. Why do you ask?
Does Master Chief and Arbiter team up to take down the Flood?
There is no flood in this.
What does the Master Chef cook up this time?
I mean, Gordon Ramsay makes an appearance at some point.
What? Wait,
Well,
what?
he brought up Master Chef, so I just thought I'd make it funny, but whatever.
What was your favorite part of Halo 5, Kenny?
It's kind of a broad statement. Can you be more specific?
Sure, what was your favorite part of Level 5, Scene 3?
I don't know. One of the better parts of the game is one of my favorite characters from the series is Buck, that makes his appearance as a Spartan now rather than an ODST that he wasn't like Halo 3 ODST. which is pretty cool. I don't know, it's just like seeing like the other Spartans with like Master Chief and stuff that he like grew up with and like been training and all that stuff was pretty awesome.
But yeah, all those all those characters apparently are in the game.
But Matt, if you want to jump in, by all means.
I mean, I haven't actually played it because Tiger Direct is awful. But
you should just went and bought the hard copy, like firsthand.
I would actually have to pay for it instead of using a gift card, though.
It's only $60. You work, right?
Listen, money is money.
No, I don't anymore. I quit.
I don't know.
Either way.
Would you say it's a drastic improvement over Halo 4, Kenny?
Yes, I would definitely say. Plus, Warzone's like a blast.
Mm-hmm.
So did they fix like the whole issue with Halo 4 having like all those fucking kill streak like bullshit?
Well, I don't think they're in the game.
They're not in the game, no. I mean, you have to, like, as you play the game type, you have to, like, of course you're supposed to get, like, you know, sprees and stuff, and everything, but, like, the more kills you get, like, you have to unlock, like, certain levels to, like, unlock certain weapons and vehicles. So it makes it kind of interesting. Plus, there's AI in it as well, which are just, So what?
So you basically, like, unlock shit as you go, but like you don't have like all the bullshit of like instant power weapons like every 3 fucking kills.
No. As soon as you start out your pistol and assault rifle, then I mean, there's like tiers, like you got like 1, 2, 3, 4 through like 8 or something like that, and like you know me, I'm like a precision weapon guy. I mean, you'll play with me, but like it's just I don't get my battle rifle until like tier 3, which takes like a couple minutes, which really sucks. So, I mean, yeah. But
it actually sounds kind of neat though, because like it seems like it has like an actual sort of, I guess, sense of progression, like for doing like well in the game.
Well, once you like, if you're killed, you go like it like totally reverts, and you have like you're back to like square one, pretty much.
Oh wow!
So, and just you don't get to keep it, and when you unlock certain, what the hell are they called? Loadouts. You only have so many, so you don't like if you unlock a loadout and it says you just get one. That's the only time you can use it, and you won't have it again until you unlock it again.
That actually sounds like really cool. Like,
and you can sell them too. It's kind of like I compare it to Titanfall, sort of that game type. But yeah,
I never actually played Titanfall, so it sounds actually kind of neat.
Anyone who's listening, whoever listens to this podcast, will probably know what I'm talking about.
So has 343 finally done it?
It is a drastic improvement over 4. I will say that.
I know the
and it actually works, unlike the Master Chief Collection.
Yes, it does work.
Okay,
that was due to outsourcing more than
okay.
anything.
Here's the big one, Kenny. Are the maps shit?
They're better. I will say that. They're better.
That doesn't say a lot, but
No, it actually does. I mean, if you were to play, I mean, you can just tell. It's just like it's
so they're like actual Halo maps.
But the maps are just for like kind of 4v4 though. There's no BTB, which sucks. But I think that's coming later. So I think Warzone's kind of taking its place. So
that's fine.
Because like those maps are, oh my god, they're so big.
Isn't it? How big are the teams in that?
Hang on.
You don't know offhand?
I think it's 24 people.
Oh, okay.
Total or 24 versus 24?
24 total.
That's pretty neat.
That's pretty.
I mean,
that's the biggest. I think it's.
Yeah, that's the biggest Halo's ever gotten for that.
Yeah,
so.
normally it's 16's the max. So. Yeah, and it runs smoothly and everything. I mean, just have a good internet connection. You won't have any problems. Plus they're dedicated servers, which is a first.
Oh wow.
So yeah. Anything else you want to ask me?
No, it's good to hear you happy again, Kenny.
I think we're just stunned because you're actually you sound kind of passionate about this.
Enthusiastic, yes. Because I've been having a lot of fun with it.
Those were so many Kenny words.
I know, right? Like, this
Omega, go to this time code.
I mean, he might as well get them in there before we transition into the Nintendo stuff. So.
Oh, Jesus. Well, I'll go back to playing Halo and I'll be fine.
But first, Frank, tell us your story.
Oh
Yeah, we forgot that.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot about it too. So I went to Comic-Con, and so Kenny, I can already hear the sigh, but it is what it is. It's not a very good story. So I went to Comic-Con, and while I was at Comic-Con, I bought a pair of the Kill la Kill scissors. They're like actual size. They're made of wood, so they're not like meant to be used as like actual weapons, and they're not very shiny, but they kind of hang on my dorm room wall really nicely. And so I had my Kill la Kill scissors, and I was with a couple friends, and we had gone to Dave and Buster's right afterwards because they had Pokken tournament there, and I really wanted to play it because it was really fun. It was very fun, but that's beside the point. While I was in line, I had my Kill la Kill scissors in my hand, and there was a girl there cosplaying as Ryuko, who is the protagonist of Kill la Kill, and she had the red scissor. I had the purple one on me at the time because my friend was holding the red one. And my friend was like, "Oh, yo, Oswald, look, she has your scissor." And so I turn around and there's this girl, and we're like, "Oh, cool." So I show her my purple scissor, and she's kind of like, "Oh, nice." And we put them together and shit, and we basically scissored and whatnot. Whatever.
Is that what you said to her?
No, it's not what I said to her. But, from that point forward, we were hitting it off, and it was going pretty well. It was really nice. And the shirt I was wearing, Funk would absolutely fucking hate me. But it was Comic-Con, and I felt the need to wear, dare I say it, a graphic tee.
Oh my god.
Anyway, the graphic tee was, it's kind of like I don't really know how to describe it, but it's imagine, if you will, the Final Fantasy VIII cover of Squall and Renoa hugging, but it was a Frozen variation of it, so it was Anna and Elsa hugging, and it's a very cute shirt. It's very nice. It's a white graphic tee, and I wanted to wear it because I didn't really have anything nerdy on me because I was at my dorm, and it was the nerdiest thing I had. So we're talking, me and this girl dressed as Ryuko for a good while, and she all of a sudden asks me, "Hey, can I see your shirt real quick?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And I show her my shirt, and she looks at it for a good couple seconds, and then she looks up at me, her eyes like all of a sudden bugging out, shining like diamonds as the smile creeps on her face, and she asks me, "Do you ship Elsana?"
Oh my god.
Yeah. Anyway, for those of you who aren't familiar with the lingo, this girl in public, in line on a David Buster's, just asked me whether or not I was into incest. To which I responded, absolutely not. And
Because
the conversation,
you're a fucking idiot.
yeah, the conversation took an abrupt turn from there. Because as you can imagine, I didn't really want to associate with a girl who was like, "Yeah, I like incest. Good
It's
shit."
not real incest.
Frank.
Yeah, but like the girl
As I
publicly
told you
asked
before,
me if I was into incest, though.
This was
That's
your.
not what
like,
she asked you, though.
Just
Yeah, she
said,
did.
"Do you ship
Yeah, she did.
Elsana?" You could have.
Which is-
You were reading too much into this.
Wait. So you just shut down conversation after that?
No, she didn't try to like talk to me after that. I just said
No, but you
no.
did you try to
didn't
talk
like-
to her?
You didn't like crack
So you did
wise
shut
at
down
all?
conversation.
Why would I crack wise to that? She was like, "Do you ship Elsana?" I was like,
It's so
no.
easy to crack wise back at that. You could have been like, "What? Do you?"
"Why would I do that though? Like, I don't want to publicly humiliate this girl who is
Well, you're
almost
not publicly.
humiliating me."
She asked you the question first.
I realize that, but like, this is not.
Is
the
this
discussion
what
happening
is
in
this
public in
autism
line at David
speaking?
Buster's.
Frank, you were fucking in, and then you just said like, "Oh, let's."
What do you want me to do? Like, lie and say, "Yeah, I do"?
Yes!
Who gives
No,
a
you're
shit?
not necessarily. I mean,
Like there's ways
Doesn't
to
have
diffuse
to
that
be-
situation without saying absolutely not
yeah,
and like
I'm sorry.
puffing your arms.
you could have come
Like-
out on top there, Frankie. What happened?
I guess I could have. The funny thing is, literally every person I've told this story to said that yes, I should have said that I was into incest.
It's almost as if we're all right.
I guess
Yeah.
so. To be fair, her hips were fairly underdeveloped.
So,
What is what?
so wait,
0 out
You
of
say
10. Hips too
her hips, her hips did lie to you?
I no, she just didn't have childbirthing hips. You know what I'm saying? Like, she looked like probably maybe like 17 or 18.
Oh.
Okay.
And
Is that
also,
a problem for you?
what?
Is that a problem?
I mean,
for
Frank,
you?
you're like
No,
8 years
I'm just
old.
saying,
so that's
she looked
totally
fairly
fine there.
underdeveloped. I mean, she was fairly cute, I guess. She was pulling off the Ryuko cosplay. She had, like, the wig and, like, the gray contacts or whatever the hell. And she didn't look bad. But, like, she wasn't wearing, like, you know, the skimpy fucking Suncats. She was, like, the regular fucking Suncats with the midriff. But, you know, it is what it is. Anyway,
You done goofed.
yeah, I guess I did. But Pokken was fun.
I mean, at least you got to play Pokken out of that night.
Oh wait, is Gengar shit tier as everyone says?
No, Gengar is actually pretty good, honestly.
Oh, okay, good, because everyone keeps saying he's shit tier though.
No, he's not shit tier. He has a very good heavy punch.
All right, okay, I'll trust you for now.
Yeah. No, he's good. And his Mega Super is pretty good too. Because like they all have like not all of them have it, but like some Pokemon when they Mega Evolve they have like a Super or whatever. And his is pretty good. He like eats you alive and shit. It's pretty baller. I played as Pikachu because he's baller, Gengar, and Weavile. And they're all pretty fun. They all play very differently. They didn't have Lucha Pikachu, otherwise I would have played as Lucha Pikachu, but alas.
Collin, would you be crushed if Gengar was shit?
I'd be a little disappointed if Gengar ended up being shit tier. Yeah.
I'm a little mad that Snorlax isn't in the game, honestly.
Well, he could
He would
be.
so dope.
I mean,
He's
the
in the
game has
background.
like a pretty small roster when you think about it.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
yeah,
only
yeah.
10
It is a
characters.
background character, so that might hurt its chances a little bit.
I mean, it's not like there's just one Snorlax.
Yeah, it's not like Snorlax is like unique.
Still, it feels like a lot of the background characters are there because, like, well, we couldn't make him an assist, and we didn't make him playable character, so at least they get a cameo.
I mean,
Is
you
Gallade
guys
the
made that
background character?
mistake with Toon Link and Smash.
Listen, man,
Remember?
different games. All right, it's
Alfonso
nuances,
leads the
different
train, bro.
situations.
Leave it to me.
Well, now that we're already on the Nintendo stuff, why don't you guys talk about Yoshi's Woolly World?
All right, we'll see you guys
Oh
later.
boy.
Great.
Oh,
Frank, did you
boy.
play that?
No, I
Yeah.
haven't. I'm waiting for the price
Okay.
to drop.
What a
You
What
better
a-
run away lest it gets spoiled for you.
So
what a gem. What a diamond in the rough.
It
Not
does
really.
have a lot of gems.
Yes, it does have. Yeah. we obviously could have had this game months ago.
You probably should have, but you know, NOA.
Thank you,
Yeah.
NOA.
And this has just been a great year for NOA, hasn't it?
Oh yes.
Oh, by the way, as we recently learned from Smitty, rest in peace, boob sliders.
Listen, maybe that's just the European version of the game.
I doubt it.
Steve.
No, like if they left everything else intact and that was the only thing they removed, I would just not buy that. Like on that principle.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the absolute worst thing they could have taken out. Fuck.
I'm fully triggered.
It's like the Lynn shit. It's stupid that they like changed her to essentially remove her bathing suit options. But at least I get it. Like she's a 13-year-old girl. I get why they would do that. There's no excuse to remove a boob slider. None. Fuck.
Misogynies.
Steve, you sound
This is
so
So-
mad. Is it that big of a deal?
Yes,
is.
it is.
So Yoshi's Woolly World. You're just going to run through this game. You are and not look for any of the collectibles. You're doing this so wrong, and you're missing out on so much.
Yeah.
Because so much of the fun comes from scouring the levels for all the hidden stuff. And when I'm first playing the game, I thought some of the hidden stuff was a little bullshit.
Some of it is kind of.
But as you keep going, you start to recognize the visual cues a bit more.
There's a pattern to everything. Everything makes sense when you realize how it all works. Like, you got like the little hidden areas, and it's like, oh, there's like there's no like ceiling here. Maybe there's a hidden area up there, and usually is. And it's like, oh.
Or if you just see like empty space somewhere.
Yeah, like very suspiciously placed empty space. It's like, oh, I bet there's a little secret here. Mm-hmm. And there usually is.
Oftentimes, gems will point you in the right direction.
Yeah, there's always a logic to it. It's very well. It's just really, really well designed. Very much like the original Yoshi's Island, and it's the first Yoshi game that can really rightfully be called a Yoshi's Island sequel.
And why do you say that? Because it was good, or
because it actually plays like Yoshi's Island, and it's not shit. Because all the other Yoshi games since then have pretty much been shit.
But there ain't no Babby Mario.
Well, there really doesn't need to be.
I mean, that only helps the game, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
it only...
I will always defend that aspect of the first game because it actually adds tension to getting
the entire
hits.
game is an escort mission.
No, it's not.
Yes,
it's a very, very easy escort mission. The entirety of Eco is an escort mission, and that game is also amazing.
Steve, the problem with escort missions largely is that the thing you're escorting moves independently of you, so that your pace is always restricted by what you're escorting, which isn't true with Yoshi's Island because the Baby Mario is just stuck on your back, except of course when you get hit.
Yeah.
So most of the time, it doesn't play like an escort mission.
I mean, I get that, but I guess I'm more of the opinion that all escort missions are bad. Some just do it way, way worse.
Yeah.
Like on like the spectrum of escort missions, Yoshi's Island is like on the more acceptable end, but I just don't really like that aspect of it.
Well, it's really just a very really all Baby Mario is in the original Yoshi's Island is just a different kind of health system, where it's attached to a timer instead of like actual health. That's really it. But yeah, and like Woolly World is just your health is just health. You just have health points every time you get hit.
It's like Yoshi's story system.
It is very very similar to Yoshi's story in that aspect. And
so how's the difficulty? Because a lot of the reviews complain about that.
Those reviewers are fucking retarded. Because
I mean, that's a given.
It is deceptively difficult.
It is. And what I don't understand is Kirby's Epic Yarn was very well received. That game is easy as shit.
The easiest game ever made.
The easiest game ever made. You literally cannot die in that game. Gets critical acclaim. Yoshi's Woolly World comes out, they whine about lack of difficulty, and it's like, what the fuck do you want? But, I mean, it's obvious that none of these reviewers ever actually, ever really tried to go for getting all the collectibles in the stage, because that's what you're supposed to do, really. That's what you're supposed to do in the first Yoshi's Island game, so...
Or they probably never even beat it, because they probably played like half it and it's like, I get it.
That too.
Yeah.
Which is what they do with a lot of games.
Because they're idiots, yeah.
I honestly wish that... Because some levels have gimmicks to them. I wish that they played around with those and expanded upon those a little bit more.
Well, it's
particularly I wish they what is it? What do we call the cloud birds? The fluffin' puffins?
Fluffin' puffins, I think.
Yes, the fluffin' puffins. I wish there were more levels that incorporated them. Maybe even
Huffin' Puffin.
Oh, okay. Huffin' Puffin. Yes. Taking a riff of those puffins, huh?
Oh wait, no. That's the original name.
What do you want? What do you want?
In Yoshi's Island, they're called Huffin' Puffins. In this game, though, they're called Fluffin' Puffins.
Okay.
Because they're made of.
They're a separate breed, you see.
Yeah.
I'm glad we cleared this one up.
Subspecies, One is in Mario Australia, the other one's in Mario North America. It's divergent evolution. So Yeah, I wish maybe they played with those and maybe even combined them for certain levels a bit more.
Yeah,
Maybe,
I mean,
maybe pull like a 3D world where they use like the same gimmick a couple different times, but they expand upon it each time.
The Mario games are really good for that kind of stuff.
well, that's
Yeah.
I was actually going to say that it does take that approach where a lot of level, like 3D World does this a lot too, where you only have a gimmick for one level and that's kind of it, and that's kind of what this game does too. Like, I don't think, I mean, 3D World expands on it a bit more because obviously they just probably had more of a budget to do something like that.
Yeah,
but
3D World has hard mode versions of those levels.
yeah. And this game, I mean, there are some aspects of it that I kind of wish they expanded on more. I was very disappointed that there was not a touch fuzzy get dizzy level. Although, I guess I am at least happy that they didn't just just kind of copy everything from Yoshi's Island and did a lot of their own new ideas. Like some of the best levels in the game are actually the ones that are very non Yoshi's Island ish. Like the one that is actually a play on the original Touch Fuzzy Get Dizzy name, where there's a level called, what is it? It's like Feel Fuzzy Get Clingy, which is basically a whole level that revolves around clinging onto these like moving platforms and stuff.
I thought you were going to say it's a whole level revolving around a bad relationship.
No. Well, okay, they're conveyor belts that you like cling to is the whole gimmick of the level. And there's also one where you are hanging onto a towel that's like flying through a level super fast. And it's kind of like,
oh my god, that's one of the best levels. Oh, that's one of my favorites. It's one of the special worlds.
Yeah, the special world one is really great. It's very similar to like the Donkey Kong Country levels where you're hanging onto a vine or something. There's one in Tropical Freeze that's very similar where you're kind of flying through a level, hanging onto a vine, have to jump onto different vines and stuff like that. It seems very inspired by that. But
So basically, the game left you with a good feel.
Yeah.
yeah, I see.
Okay, yeah, the guys who made the game. I do feel maybe the boss fights were kind of underwhelming.
Yeah.
I thought they were pretty good. I mean, Yoshi's Islands, like at first I was like, oh, these are all pretty easy, but then I remember Yoshi's Island, and the boss fights in Yoshi's Island are also really easy as well. Although I will say the final boss could have been better. Because the final boss from Yoshi's Island is like one of the best ones ever in video game history. So. And the one in this was a little underwhelming.
Although, I mean, I'll say that Snuffleupagus was probably the best boss.
Who?
Whatever, the Sniffler? What the fuck is his name?
Oh, Sniffberg.
Yeah.
That was actually a legitimately tough fight.
That's the shy guy with the ice gas mask.
Yeah.
I don't think I've gotten him yet.
Well, it's a Sniff It.
Yeah.
God, how can you confuse those two?
Sniff this, bitch. Whatever.
That is the one thing. There is the boss
hut.
Yeah, there's a boss hut where you fight all the bosses, only they're twice as fast, and you only have 3 health. You only get hit 3 times, so that's really fucking difficult, actually. And I actually had a lot of fun playing those versions of them.
Those were pretty fun, yeah. I got myself a gold Yoshi. Got myself a platinum Yoshi.
But yeah,
I got all the costumes, kids. Don't.
Which is higher, platinum or gold Yoshi?
Platinum is technically the one you're intended to get last.
Yeah. Since you can definitely unlock the boss hut before you can unlock the final big stage, finale stage.
Sounds like a really good game.
It is a really good game. It's probably going to end up as my game of the year.
It sounds like the game Kenny should buy when he picks up his brand new Wii U on Black Friday.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
It sounds
You
like
have
a game like
okay, Kenny. I know that you want to support the anime industry and get your little Figmas or whatever that you can ejaculate on. Okay, but
I
like,
don't fucking check.
It's called hot gluing, man.
whatever. hot
No,
glue, but-
I don't
but
do
look,
that. Why the
but
hell
look,
would I do?
Look, Kenny, you can hot glue a Wii U. All right, like
I mean, you
But
gotta
the
be
Wii U
careful
doesn't
where
have
you don't want to get it in the
Knox
slot.
You
Oh
can
my
hot
God.
you can
Okay,
hot
you can
glue a
support-
Yoshi.
support the anime industry by buying manga and Blu-ray DVDs. All right.
I don't buy manga and Blu-ray DVDs anymore.
Yeah, but you can do that instead of
Wait,
getting
should I
your
be
gold-
saying that?
No one
think-
listens to this, Kenny. Don't worry.
Yeah, no one.
All right, those are probably less expensive than your
You're
gold
telling our
ones.
fans to go fuck themselves
Kenny, why don't you sell your PS4 that you don't even play and use that money to get a
because
Wii U?
it's broken. I don't.
You don't have to tell them that.
Yeah,
Well,
you don't.
I just did. So
Okay, but are they going to listen to this? Nobody listens to this podcast. Okay, look, Steve, we need a rebranding. We've talked about it before. But we need a reboot. Okay,
So,
recast.
are we going with the comfy cast?
Yes.
Yeah, the Comfy Cast.
By the way, that's trademark. No one else steal it.
People look at
Trademark.
It's a good thing no one
thumbnail
listens to this.
that says Sonic Board Podcast. They're like, I don't want to listen to that autism.
It's gonna be autistic no matter what we call it.
Well, we don't have to let them know.
They're gonna tell right away.
How do we
As soon as
beguile
Frank
people
opens
into
his mouth.
thinking we're good?
I don't have an answer. We'll bring it up at the next meeting.
You take pictures of our heads and Photoshop them on baby.
I don't want no. That's absolutely
can-
not what I
you
want on my
You can-
channel.
You can call it the Sonic Board Podcast Babies.
Oh my god.
It worked for the Muppets.
It did it really though?
Yeah, I guess. And I guess the Looney Tunes tried it.
Yeah, and that was terrible.
Yeah, it was terrible.
I used to watch that shit when I was homesick from school, and I would regret it every time.
Yeah, man.
We talking about Tiny Toons?
No, no,
No, not Tiny
no,
Toons.
no.
Fucking
Baby Looney
Baby
Tunes.
Looney Tunes.
I'd never heard of that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good.
we
Good,
we,
apparently.
we could use a picture of all my figures as a background image for the
Only if you hot glue them.
Yeah,
first.
we need your Jesus on Maki's face.
Okay, moving on. Let's talk about Super Mario Maker.
Okay,
That's
I'm going
not-
back to playing Halo.
Yo,
Please do. So Super Mario Maker is a great product.
is it?
probably the most infuriating experience I've had all year.
Yeah,
But it's like, no, okay, so it's a great product in terms of, hey, if you want to build a fucking Mario stage, it's really good.
unless you
The
want to.
problem
make
is no one knows how to build a Mario stage. So if you want to play a Mario stage, you're
No,
fucked.
a lot of people do, it's just they're hard to find. And the shit, like, rises to the top on the rankings.
Literally
Like, if
the
you wanna
only
play a
person who's
fucking-
built a good map.
If you want to play an automatic level, like, have your choice, but
Or the Star Wars Katina theme.
I played that the other day. It's okay.
Matt
There's
is the
al-
only person I've seen actually build a good stage in the entire length of that game's existence.
Oh, thanks, Mule. No, but I've actually seen like people who make like those music levels that you can also actually play through.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not many of them, but I mean I know they do exist. It's good that they've recently addressed the checkpoint issue with the newest update.
Yeah.
Did they address the slopes issue?
No.
No.
But I don't think that's an issue. It's just like it'd be better if you could make slopes, but the lack of checkpoints was really infuriating.
Yeah.
It just made some stages like I don't even want to bother with this. It's just too much. If you can go halfway through, it's fine. But I don't want to start all the way from the beginning on every stage. Not every stage needs to be designed around that.
Yeah, it's really like
Yeah, I just wish there was a better way. Like I don't know how like I want to play an actual Mario level. I don't know how I go about finding that. I don't know how they would go about like sectioning that off so people could find it. But I just wish there was a better way.
well when you
to find good courses.
when you make a game like this, it's kind of inevitable that 99% of the content that people make is just going to be pure shit because nobody
Yeah.
knows how to actually make a good level, no matter what.
I guess
Yeah.
maybe they just made this so that people would have a greater appreciation for people who actually do this.
You'd think that, but I don't think that's true. Because
Maybe-
people are idiots.
Maybe they just made this so they wouldn't have to make an actual Mario game for this year.
No,
Probably.
it's what.
When you look
I-
at completion rates, you start to understand why in recent years developers are so scared to hide any sort of content away.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it. I just like I put up levels, and it always like amazes me to see people like
The CP, oh my god.
Well,
It amazes me to see people give up on levels I designed specifically to be easy.
one thing
Like,
I
there's
did.
no way you should not be able to complete this.
Yeah, the one thing I did figure out is that every attempt does actually count
Yes.
as like a play. So when you see somebody, so if somebody like beats the stage on their 5th try, then
Yeah,
that's
it's not
one-
like
that's-
3% of people have beaten the stage. It's 3% of like every attempt.
Yeah, but
so
still,
it does skew the numbers a bit.
but still,
but-
most like an easy stage should definitely have like somewhere in like at least the 70s probably,
Yeah.
and most
Well,
stages are at like 50.
The thing is, when I bought this game, like I booted up and I was like immediately like, fuck, I don't know what to do because I'm not really good at like games where you have creation tools and I have to make something. So I was like kind of frustrated when I booted up, but like as I played it more and just started experimenting with stuff, I got kind of the hang of the courses I wanted to make. And I like those courses, but it's a little frustrating when you put them up and you see someone play it once and then give up because they
Yeah.
died on like the first Goomba or something. It's like, could you not have given it at least one more try? Like, there are a lot of courses I've played that I'm like, I die once and I give up because I died because some fucking bullshit.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, I tried not to put that shit in my stages so people could beat them.
Oh my god.
You okay, Funk?
Yeah. I'm shocked, Steve, at your plight as a level designer.
No, there's some outside force that's distracting you right now.
Thunk, tell
You're
us your
playing
woes.
fucking video games.
No, I might have left my laundry simmering in the dryer for too long.
I mean, as long as it doesn't catch fire, it's just gonna mean it's extra dry.
It's a communal dryer. Someone might have taken it. I will.
People are on the lookout to steal your clothes all the time. You gotta be careful.
I will return.
Okay. Frank,
Someone got a line message. What's up?
like, you have Mario Maker, right?
I do, but like I
How many
barely
stages
play
have
it.
you made?
What?
How many stages
I don't
have you
make
made?
stages. I just play them.
Oh,
I'm
that's lame.
I
You're like-
still
you're like
haven't
Mule.
even unlocked like anything. I just unlocked the castle set, but I just dick around in the fucking stage maker.
I mean, that's how you unlock it.
Yeah, but like I don't like make stages. I just put shit places and see what sticks. Like I'm waiting till I get like everything before I make a stage because the tools that are given to you at the very start are, to say the least, incredibly limited.
No, but it only takes you a few minutes to unlock the next set.
You know, you say that, but like
Look, listen, I know. When I got the game, it was fucking annoying to
Yeah,
do all that
it's-
shit.
it's-
But you
I just
just
play
power
levels,
through it.
and like yeah, some people make some really creative stuff, but like you have to trudge through so much shit, and like 100 Mario Challenge is just trash. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like if you look at like the pre-release footage when like only reviewers were making stages and shit, 100 Mario Challenge looks really goddamn fun. But like then you actually get the game and you have literally billions of people like
Who
Literally
can't build
billions.
stages.
yeah who can't make a stage for fucking shit. I don't even think it's billions. I think it's like a
And
lot
there's
of
they said the other day, like, there's been like 3 million stages uploaded.
yeah. It's but like more than half of them
So
are
there's like a
trash.
million stages for, or there's a stage for every single Wii U owner, yes?
Not quite. I think over 1 million people have bought the game. But I mean, not everyone makes stages.
But it's still trash though. Like
Let's try
regardless-
stacking Goombas.
I played that like 100 Mario challenge as long as I had to until I
To unlock
the
Rosalina.
Rosalina costume because my fucking Rosalina amiibo doesn't work.
I just put my fucking Rosalina amiibo on there.
I mean, that's
because
what you get for buying a fucking German Rosalina.
I wonder if that's the reason.
it could be.
not hot gluing.
No, it worked. I haven't hot glued my Rosalina.
Oh,
Are you
okay.
sure
Now
about
you
that?
finally say it.
I used it with Mario Kart 8 earlier this year, and it worked.
You
just
used
fine.
it.
Shut up, Mule. No, but like it's the only one of my amiibos that doesn't work, and it's the only one I did bought outside of North America. So I don't know. You're totally right. I'm sure they will make this again and have it be improved, but it's just the community, I guess, is always going to be shit.
Yeah, I
as
mean,
Matt
it's not.
said.
It's nothing on the fault of Nintendo. It's the fault of people making fucking shitty levels.
No, but I mean, in terms of making a game that maybe it's easier to find what you're looking for, because they are out there. Because I have 10 or so people that I follow that I've played their stages and I know they're good, but it's just hard to find those people.
Like
You
going
can find
for
the
a
people,
barrel
it's-
of shit is just not my
What
idea
they
of a good
need-
time. Especially if I have to pay $60 to do it. Like, why is the game $60?
That is a
Because
good question, actually.
It's a full-fledged game.
But
I mean-
if you're dedicated to making stages, it's I think
it's
that
still
purchase
not
is
worth
justifiable.
$60 though.
I think it is. If you put I put 50 hours in this game, mostly making stages.
Okay,
Yeah,
but even
same
so,
here.
That's $60 for 50 hours. It's fine.
okay, so
It's not like a 4-hour Halo campaign.
okay, I spent
Shut up,
100.
Steve.
Oh, bird.
I spent a little over 100 hours playing Metal Gear Solid 5, and that was a $60 purchase for me. And
I mean, every game's different.
it's just different because 100 of those hours in Metal Gear Solid 5 were just doing repetitive shit. I mean, yeah, it's a really fun game, but I guess that's a segue into Metal Gear Solid 5, by the way.
Well,
Yeah, let's
Funk,
talk.
Funk,
Let's
have you
talk
beaten
about
the-
Metal Gear Solid 5.
No, wait,
Why?
Funk, have you beaten the game yet?
Have I bought what game?
Have you
Beaten it.
beaten Metal Gear yet?
No, I'm still in chapter 2.
Okay, so then we can't talk about it.
All
We can
right.
talk
For the next
about it.
No,
podcast.
but I mean, if we're gonna talk about it, we're gonna talk about everything. We can just leave that to its own podcast.
We want to talk
maybe.
about the true ending then.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I will do my best for not only for me, not only for you guys, but for our podcast listener, so that we can
I-
supply
Listen.
another podcast.
Like,
of
how
Metal
long
Gear.
did you guys talk about Metal Gear in the last podcast? We could easily do one whole podcast if you guys want to talk about Metal Gear
Yeah,
Solid
sure.
5.
A
I mean-
while.
No.
Kenny, you don't have to be there because you didn't play it.
It'll be a different podcast, Kenny. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
but you're still gonna fucking ask me, Kenny, get on, do the podcast.
I'm not gonna ask you.
Yeah, you will.
I did make you get on for that Pokemon podcast.
Yes, you
That was
did.
fun.
That's
You didn't have to agree to it.
Because I know I'd never hear the end of it. You'd still bitch. You'd be like,
No, I would have totally not bothered you at all about that.
Kenny, do you want us to ask you? You can say
I
no,
think
but do
he
you want us
does.
to ask you?
He's being sin about it.
It's not like I wanted to be on the Metal Gear podcast or anything.
Baka. Did anyone else want to add something about Super Mario Maker?
no, we don't. Move on.
Well,
Kenny's
I
gonna
do
be playing
want
this
to.
Christmas.
So I've never played Super Mario Maker. I
Uh-huh.
don't have my Wii U with me. However, it is a very comfy game to watch people play, like to watch people stream, on both the creating end and the playing end.
Do you enjoy watching people fail or get pissed off at other people's bad stages?
Well, it's not that. Like people, there's a lot of people who play it and just kind of don't really use the skips when they're doing the 100 Mario.
Oh yeah.
So it kind of becomes like a
Just
triumph
say-
of the will situation.
Wait, what did you just say?
they don't use the
Triumph of the will.
No, before that.
No, they
how
don't
did you say,
skip.
How did you say Mario?
Mario.
You said Mario.
I say
No,
Mario.
Mario is an entirely different character.
I say Mario. Whatever, it's fine.
No, Mario is the tutorial lady in Mario Maker.
Wait.
Canon.
What?
It's canon now. Yeah.
Yeah, you actually can't say Mario in terms of Mario because there's two different characters.
Are you kidding me?
Did you not ever go into the help section of Mario Maker?
No.
Yeah, do that. They have a help lady that's named Mary O.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, that's
No,
for
they-
real. That's for real. You guys
Why would I
know
ever go
this?
into the help section in Mario?
How is it?
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, Steve. How is it spelled?
It's the name Mary and then capital O period.
You've got to be fucking kidding me.
So
No, I'm not.
I mean, I don't even
Bravo,
have the game,
Nintendo.
but that's just. Oh my god.
That's great.
game of the year. 10
That's
out
gonna
of
be
10
pretty
IGN.
So this may not interest anyone, but I kind of put this on the discussion because I thought it's kind of a broader discussion I want to lead into.
Okay.
But there's Frank, this may interest you because you like Skullgirls.
I do like Skullgirls. Oh,
Indivisible. Have you donated to the Indivisible?
I did donate to Indivisible, actually.
Okay, and I know Shellblade has, right?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
And that's the only Kickstarter thing you've ever given to, right, Shellblade?
Yeah.
Okay, so what made you guys want to give money to this project?
Well, I mean, I personally really love Lab Zero. I gave money to fucking Skullgirls back when the Indiegogo was up for Squiggly. I bought that game day one because I'm a huge fan of like shit like Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and whatnot. And I played Skullgirls like at Comic-Con 2012 or something like that, 2011. And the whole idea of just the fact that everything is hand-drawn and there's so much love put into it and the character designs are all really interesting. Like, it's a beautiful-looking game. I mean, yeah, it was a little sparse on... It was a little like scarce on content back when it first started, and I mean they added like 6 more characters now, and it's a pretty good game in its own right. I mean it doesn't have much attention given to it, but it's still pretty good. I played the demo for Indivisible, and it's very Valkyrie Profile. Like they've said right off the bat, like it's very much based on Valkyrie Profile, and the system is interesting. I'm really curious to see what they're gonna do with it. But the main reason why I donated is because they said that, like, if they don't get funded, then Lab Zero is probably going to disband, which is a real shame because they put a lot of love into their games, especially with their art. So I would really like to see more from them. So I didn't really donate to Indivisible just for Indivisible as much as I donated just because I want to see Lab Zero kind of thrive, even though Mike Z is kind of an asshole.
How about you, Shellblade?
Well, a lot of what had to do with the visual flair of the game. I really love the look of it, how everything is hand drawn. I also just plain appreciate the fact that they have a demo out at all, and that's like most of these like fund the game Kickstarters or Indiegogo campaign shits. They just show you concept art and that's it. And this one actually had gameplay ready for people. And it's still struggling to get funded.
The fact that they put so much of their own time into making that demo, like just for the sake of like showing it to people to play. Like they like poured their own blood, sweat, and tears into that shit, as opposed to shit like Mighty Number 9, which we're still fucking waiting on. Like, I'm so fucking ass mad about fucking Mighty Number 9.
You're not the only one, Frank.
I can't believe I donated $20 to that shit. I should have gave it a fucking Shantae. Like, I'm so mad. And then the fact that, like, what am I trying to say? The demo that they were gonna give to people for it getting delayed got delayed. Like,
yep.
I hate it. I hate these people. And fucking Inafune just walks off with how much did he make? $4 million off that fucking
$4 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it still looks like a fucking PS2 game. Like, it looks like shit.
It should look like what Indivisible looks like, or something.
Yeah, if you looked at the concept art for Mighty Number 9...
That was the impression that we got.
Yeah. If you look at the concept art for Mighty Number 9, like, it looks like fucking Indivisible. And then you see, like, the footage for it, and it's like, this is not what I want.
Well, I mean, to be fair, they were very clear that it was just concept art, and the game wouldn't necessarily look like that.
Yeah, but
it should look like that.
We weren't expecting it to look like the piece of shit Unreal Engine 3 crap that we're seeing now. Like, I played a demo of it at this stupid Japan Culture Con that I went to. It is a trash game. It is. It's clunky as fuck to play. The dash system doesn't work. Like, it's basically a really watered down Mega Man that it was supposed to have features like, it was supposed to be like, oh, you absorb this enemy and you can, turn into this, and you can turn into this, instead of just taking their powers like Mega Man. And then they were like, oh, we had to cut down that transformation feature that we were talking about. Sorry. It's just basic Mega Man now. Yeah. Like,
it's a little weird, like, not to get too far from the main discussion, but with Mighty Number 9, I always got the impression that when they sold it, people were buying it because they thought this would just be Mega Man in a different skin. Whereas, and I kind of understand why they wanted to do this. They took it in a different direction to make it like more of its own thing. But
and then they didn't, though.
Its own. More than I think people were expecting. And what it is isn't what people want.
No,
I
because
don't
if
think
it
it's what
was
people
if it
bought
was more
into.
like Mega Man, then I think I would be a little more okay with it. But like the fact
That's why
that
people wanted it, because there is no Mega Man. We just want to play another Mega Man.
well,
but
here's
we
the
can't.
thing: like it doesn't play like a Mega Man classic game should play like, which was kind of what we wanted. I mean, yeah, we wanted some changes to the formula, but we really did want a Mega Man classic game. So
Well, just make it better, but you don't have to make it different, which they've made it play completely different.
it doesn't play completely different though, is the thing. Like the dash system is really the only main different thing, and yeah, it's shit, but like you can kind of play it without it. Like it's trash though. It like the platforming is clunky, the controls are slow as fuck. Like there's no sliding or anything like that, so it's kind of like Mega Man 2. Like the way it makes me feel is like it's a really fucking watered down. Like you know when you play a Mega Man in base and you play his base and you can do the dash shit and you have the 8-way thing. Like it's kind of like that in terms of the way the dash works, but like nowhere near as cooperative. And like you don't double tap in a direction to dash; you have to press like the R button, and it's just very counterintuitive when you have to do it to like make some fucking really annoying jump. And yeah, it's annoying. It's really annoying to play. It's clunky. It's not fun. And Indivisible is a better fucking weird place to put your money. Shantae was a better place to put your money.
Yeah, well, thanks. I did want to segue back in Indivisible because we can shit on Mighty Number 9 all night, but with Indivisible, it doesn't look like it's going to meet its goal because it's like got about a week
They're
or so
gonna
left.
extend it. They
days
say.
left, yeah.
And how much money do they got to get? Like 900,000.
They're at $699,000 right now, so
yeah,
have quite a ways to go. At 1.5 million is quite a hefty goal to
It is a really hefty goal, honestly.
Yeah.
It is, and I can understand. I mean, at least to be fair, they're asking for a realistic amount where a lot of these other ones sell it under, knowing they're going to go over, but they want to just have people understand from the beginning that, hey, this is going to get funded. When you see 1.5 million, it's, this isn't Shenmue. It's not going to get funded right away.
Yeah, it's tough because Skullgirls made a lot of money with the Kickstarter too.
Yeah, but I mean that's what I wanted to talk about because they are very clearly going in a different direction of what they want this game to be compared to Skullgirls. And just to it's not an exact comparable, but just to illustrate my point here, are you guys familiar with Muv-Luv?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so that had a Kickstarter to bring over the game into English, and it's like an adult visual novel, and that got 1.2 million something, which is the most a Kickstarter for a visual novel ever got. But it's very clear that the audience for that game will put their money where their mouth is in terms of bringing that kind of project over. Whereas I feel like Indivisible, they're targeting a different audience that I don't think necessarily even plays games or cares about games. They just want to have a game that's quote diverse.
What do you?
Which I can respect.
Wait, they're targeting that audience.
I think they are
with Indivisible. I could definitely feel
if they went. Because, and I think I can't speak for it because I've never played Skullgirls, but I think a lot of the Skullgirls audience is not supporting this project because it's not a game with cute, sexy girls.
Well,
I think if it was, it would be funded.
I don't know about that because I think a lot of the Skullgirls audience was like hardcore members of the fighting game community because they saw that that's why I find it anyway, because what it was doing with the fighting game genre was really unique for its time because you can do, teams of 2 versus 3 or 1 versus 3, and you can have assists and whatnot, but you can have the assist be literally any fucking move the character has. And it's a really interesting spin on the fighting game genre, even though, it's got these cute fucking sexy girls in there.
No, but I think that helps it.
Yeah, it does help. It adds to the style. It adds to the flair. But I don't think people were buying it just because there's cute, sexy girls. I think that the fighting game community as a whole is a lot larger, and they're also a lot more willing to put their money where their mouth is compared to the target audience of Indivisible, which is clearly
the fighting game community is probably one of the most proactive communities in video games.
That's fair. That's fair. But I mean, to draw comparison to Muv-Luv, it's an adult visual novel. That's a very niche audience.
Yeah.
And they got
Love is also
1.2
fairly
million.
popular, though, isn't it?
It is, but I mean, it's popular among a niche audience.
Yeah, I guess so.
And I think like the average donation for that Kickstarter was like $180
Wow.
or something like that.
We are up to 700,000 now. $700,423. It just jumped.
Okay.
Yeah.
They said they were
like-
going to extend the Kickstarter by like 10 days if like they reach a certain amount.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of cool. I would really like to see it funded.
But I mean, like, as much as Indivisible does, like, I haven't played the demo thing they put out, but it does look like generally like a good game, and the art style is fantastic.
And they're aiming for a 20 to 30 hour game too, which is way better than something like Undertale, which
that's great and all, but when you read the comics from the comments from Mike Z, and he's talking about what kind of audience they want to go for, it's just like I don't want to support that.
Yeah, I guess
like,
so.
Maybe that makes me a bad person.
No, Mike
Z
Z is kind of a piece of shit anyway, so like, I have a lot of resentment from Mike Z because like he made Skullgirls, right? But he'll go to local Skullgirls tournaments and beat up scrubs so he can get cash money. Like,
wow, really?
Yeah, really.
What the fuck?
I mean,
he does, like, from a lot of the comments people have been posting lately, because obviously it's come back up with the whole Indivisible crowdfunding thing going on, but he really seems like a bit of a whiny baby.
No, he is. He's a titty baby. He is. Like,
and those comments about him, like you've heard about the thing where he censored like some of the panty shots.
Oh yeah, well, I mean,
right?
That's fucking really.
That's being way blown out of proportion.
It is, but I mean, there was also those comments where he's like that isn't like the standard we're going for or whatever.
Yeah, but still, like, it's
a fucking fighting game. Like,
yeah.
Dude,
like,
no, but I mean, he's clearly changed his mind about what kind of games he wants to make, and that's fine and all. I can respect that, but I mean, I think he put his eggs in the wrong basket.
I guess
when it comes to Indivisible. Like, I can respect his artistic integrity or whatever, but it's like, do you want your game funded or not?
Yeah.
Because there are people who will pay money for cute girls.
Right.
And you're not getting those bucks right now.
I think if Ajna was a little cuter, then maybe we'd get a little more money, honestly.
Is that how we pronounce the name?
Ajna? Yeah. Or is it Anja? It's something like that. It's AJNA, right? I think it's Ajna. Yeah. Whatever. She's not very cute.
No, she's cute.
Yeah, I mean she's all right, I guess.
She's a cute girl.
She's no Philia though. Like Philia is like the face of Skull
brown girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw a funny thing today where like someone had made like a recolor of her and made her white with blonde hair and posted it in the NeoGAF thread, and people are like, please block this image. It's the most disgusting thing I've ever seen.
I've never seen,
and people were saying shit like that unironically, and it was fucking hilarious.
I've never seen people so triggered by a white person.
So I mean, I think it's kind of a shame because I mean, as much as Mike Z may be a piece of shit, it's nice that he's making something different. But at some point, like, if you're gonna stake the future of your company on a game, you might not want to go for the SJW audience who doesn't really care about games all that much.
Yeah,
they just like complaining about them. That's just my take on it, but. I don't know if anyone else wants to add anything to that, but they can.
I mean, there's not much more to be said.
Yeah.
It's like the sex appeal market or the sex appeal aspect of games is just like it's such an easy crowd to pull in. So why wouldn't you go for it? It's like that's free money right there that you're just like pissing away because you don't want to like ruin your artistic integrity for your game.
Like, I mean, I may be simple-minded here, but when I see some of those sexy Shantae enemies, it makes me interested in the game.
Exactly.
Like, I've never played a Shantae game before, but the fact that they don't mind they don't mind making these kind of characters is like, I respect that.
And they're all really cute too. Like they're a little sexualized, but like
I love the Nikki Ghost.
Yeah,
the
like,
Nikki
they're
Ghost
so
is
cute.
fucking great.
They are like sexualized in like a very like kind of almost reserved way. It's like
and one of the few Western
not.
one of the few Western devs who does it too.
Yeah, Way Forward is amazing. Like they did Mighty Switch Force, which is another amazing game. What else did Way Forward do? They did a lot of really good games. But you should play Pirate's Curse. It's on Steam. It's really fun.
Which is that the good one or the bad
That's the good one.
Pirates Curse is also on the Wii U
and 3DS. Yeah.
eShop. Yeah.
What's the other one?
Risky's Revenge.
That one's not good. I see that one on PS4.
All right, it's not bad. It's not a bad game, but compared to Pirates Curse, like Pirates Curse is a lot better.
Yeah. Like Risky's Revenge is just kind of like it's okay, I guess.
The
I should
platforming
have
is
bought it when
tight
it was on
in
sale.
Risky's
though,
Revenge
it's not
was
like-
meant to be part of a series.
Yeah.
What happened?
I don't,
guess those plans just fell through.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Was it a sales issue or?
I don't know.
No. I do know it was like supposed to be part of a series, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, Pirates Curse
It-
changed the formula a little bit though. There are no transformations in it.
Yeah, well, that's because you ain't got no magic.
Yeah, but and they do it in a really fun way though. So you know.
Yeah.
And Half Genie Hero looks really fun too.
Yeah. Although they chose worst crab, so
The only one without a shell.
yeah.
Oh, is that why you liked it? Because it had a shellblade?
Ah!
Shut the Okay, let's talk about fucking Star Wars.
Okay, I can't talk.
Oh, whatever.
Kenny, get back here. I know you fucking love Star Wars.
Wait, what? I love Star Wars? I like Star Wars, but I don't love it.
I fucking
Oh,
love
well,
Star Wars.
Kenny, you just changed my entire perception of you. I thought you loved Star Wars.
Okay, Steve hates me now.
I
Omega,
mean-
go to this time code to show you that Steve hates me.
I do hate you for that comment.
No, I like Star Wars a lot.
Are we going to be going back to Hoth?
What do you mean?
Are there going to be Tauntauns in the new one?
I don't think that ice planet in the movie is Hoth.
Oh.
I mean, it's Hoth, but it's not Hoth.
There-
The same way the desert
there are
planet
no
is
Tauntauns?
Tatooine, but it's not Tatooine.
Jakku. It's the name of the desert planet.
It is.
Jakku. Hey, remember?
I can't wait to...
Remember Tatooine? It was in Star Wars. We got something like that in this movie. Hey, remember?
It's weird because it feels like the only reason that planet is not Tatooine is because they just wanted to avoid having every movie revolve around Tatooine. But then you look like pretty much everything that's come out of this movie suggests it's going to be like a rehash of the first movie anyways.
Hey, remember?
It's not a Death Star. It's now a Death Planet.
Yeah, if you put it in a planet, it's totally something different.
Wait, remember the Death Star? That was in Star Wars.
Remember the Death Star 2?
That was also in Star Wars. Hey.
Now it's the Star Killer base.
Star Killer.
I hope that confirms the actual Star Killer being canon again. Just 'cause it
Darth
would make
Vader's
people mad.
secret apprentice, bro.
There's nothing wrong with Darth Vader having a secret apprentice.
Are-
It totally
you
makes
sure?
sense.
Why is
The only
why
problem
is it gotta be secret?
because the Emperor can't know
Because-
about
Why
it.
can't he
Sheev would get
know?
upset.
If Sheev found
Yeah.
out, he'd get real mad.
What's Sheev gonna do? He's old.
Funk, you can't
He
heave the
he can
Sheev.
do the patented Sheev spin.
Yeah, what if he does the Sheev spin at him?
You can't defend that. It's a good trick.
Was that the
Try
original
spinning.
line of dialogue? I'll try the Sheev spin. That's a good trick.
I had totally forgot that was a line in episode 1.
Really?
With the Sheev spin.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I thought it was just some meme that people made up.
That was the line.
I know, but I just totally forgot that that line was in there.
Now this is pod racing.
No, I remember that one because that's a great line.
Do you remember midi-chlorians?
There's nothing wrong with midichlorians.
Other than the fact that they ruined the Force?
Do they?
They didn't ruin the Force. It changed nothing about the Force.
It's just the feel of it. It's this mystic kind of feel, and now it's just genetics.
I
Well,
know you
I
don't
mean,
care. and
okay,
you're just
technically
parroting
speaking,
people's arguments.
Clone Wars did attempt to salvage that.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, it did. In the Yoda episode, bitch.
There's no.
In the final
there's nothing
arc.
to salvage.
What? Listen.
There's nothing to salvage.
Okay, then why did they bring up midichlorians?
Because it's a part of Star Wars
They
canon.
brought up midichlorians, and then they basically changed the definition of them, alright? In order to satiate the complaints of autistic faggots. Oh shit,
It's
I just
still-
dropped the word
it-
faggot, damn it.
You
Now
guys
that's
are
rec-
such.
Now that's
nerds.
recorded forever.
It's okay,
Uh-huh.
Shellblade. Earlier I said that Brazilians weren't capable of dreaming.
Is it
You're... So, ignore midichlorians. Does anyone have any speculation about what they want to see in the new movie?
Yeah, Jar Jar Binks is a Sith Lord.
Stop talking about Darth Jar Jar.
Have we all seen the Red Letter Media video?
We did.
I watched most of it.
Most?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to the Rilo Clune part.
I think yeah, Rye, her name is Rye, right?
Ray.
No, I'm pretty sure she says Rye when she says her name.
She's not a fucking piece of bread.
Whatever. So
Marble Rye.
You know what?
So Pumpernickel,
Speaking of that character,
Pumpernickel is going to be the Jedi.
Well, it's like I think a lot of people are, for whatever reason, under the assumption that Finn is the main character, and he's totally not.
So wait, is the masked dude like her rival? Then?
Stop. Rye is almost certainly going to be.
Is it also hanging from a fishing pole?
Jesus,
We're
please.
done with this joke.
Sorry, I had to jump in there.
All right, so this girl who will go unnamed,
Leia 2.
Ridley.
She's actually more akin to Luke.
Yeah, Ridley seems to be they're drawing the parallel to Luke with
I think
with
she's
like
too big.
A bit too hard with the whole desert planet looking longingly off into the distance.
well, whatever. It's J.J. Abrams. The man has no identity of his own as a director.
So wait, here's a quick question, since Steve mentioned looking wistfully off into Desert Planet. Are they gonna just reuse the same score from the first movies?
Well, it is scored by John Williams. Hey, remember John Williams?
Yes, he's still the fucking
Scored
best.
Star
but
Wars.
I mean, they'll use the themes, but I mean, it better have like an entirely different soundtrack because all the prequels did, and they had great music. So there's no reason why this can't have a brand new soundtrack.
Yeah. Although, because J.J. Abrams will probably just be aping the first movie, makes me somewhat glad, because that means none of the heroes will be Jedi for the first movie,
and none of the heroes will be on both sides. Be a very delineated good versus evil story.
Which, I mean, I kind of like, because this would be, first Star Wars movie in a long ass while where it's not constant, lightsaber swing, force powers everywhere.
But that's the fun part about Star Wars.
Yeah, I know, but it's just going to be an interesting avenue to explore, because obviously the first Star Wars movie didn't really have that, where they only had one lightsaber fight.
Yeah.
Is it an interesting aspect to explore, or are we just re-exploring it again?
Look, you could explore it in a modern era. All right.
So,
I mean,
it's that's what I mean. That's in the first Star Wars. In the first Star Wars, like the climax and the majority of the action didn't have to do with Jedi shit.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know. It just seems like something that'd be fun to explore again in this universe. After 5, 6, and then all the prequels, and then all the material that mattered, all focused on Jedi stuff. So obviously there's still going to be like a major Jedi focus. It's fucking Star Wars, but it's going to be slightly downplayed by the fact that none of the main heroes will be whipping out lightsabers and doing flips. Although I believe it's going to be diet flips this time around. I think flips might trigger people about prequels.
It shouldn't, but I get it.
Yeah.
Well, the flips look stupid. You have like fucking Dooku of all people just jumping around. It's like, what?
Well, it's different when you have like fucking old guy doing
I
it.
honestly never had a problem with the flips.
No, it's fine. It was fun to watch.
Yeah.
It made.
Yeah.
I mean, they're Jedi. They're supposed to do flips.
Are they? Is that actually true?
How do we know that?
That's just what they do.
I mean, we didn't.
No, it's
know...
not. You're doing it.
We didn't know that Obi-Wan was literally walking around for 20 years in Jedi attire, and nobody was like, "Hey man, that guy's walking around in Jedi clothes."
They're just ropes.
Yeah, I know.
They're
That's what they were
comfy and easy to wear,
supposed to be, and then they became Jedi attire.
No, but I mean, like, and I guess that's part of the whole thing about this movie where, like, people have kind of forgotten about the Jedi. But a lot of it's because a lot of people have never seen a Jedi. There's only, like, 1,000 of them, and the galaxy's pretty fucking big. So it would make sense that he would not necessarily get recognized as a Jedi. What did I say?
It's pretty fucking big. I think that's pretty apparent.
Thanks for reiterating what I
No,
said.
what he meant, Steve, is that you said something redundant.
Well, I mean,
yes, exactly. Thank you, Funk.
Whatever.
Well,
He's just mad
because you got him, you roasted him.
Yeah,
No,
I
never-
did. For once
Go,
in my
boom,
life, I
roasted.
got Steve. Yes.
Podcast
Kenny, you're
over.
off the Metal Gear podcast.
So, one concern that I have about new Star Wars is that in this era of cinematic universes and planning out, sequels for years and years ahead, and obviously they're planning the next couple of Star Wars movies. This is a planned trilogy, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So
In fact, they've already hired the directors for the next 2 films.
one concern that I have is that with so much emphasis on the future and building for future movies, that this won't feel like a complete product just on its own as far as storytelling is concerned.
Oh no, it totally is. It's a merchandising vehicle for children.
Right. But, you can still tell a story that sells toys to children. You don't have to tell 1/3 of a story that sells toys to children.
I mean, we're gonna be having a Star Wars movie every year for the next 20 years. That's their plan.
That's a lot of Star Wars movies.
We're gonna have Rogue One next year, right?
What is that?
It's an interquel.
Yeah, it's about the rebels who steal the plans of the first Death Star.
Shelby, if you don't tell me that you just made that term up right now,
He did.
I'm gonna be so mad.
Let me Google it and see.
By the way, you should use the full name of the movie. It's called Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
Oh fuck! Yeah, it's on Wiktionary.
How are they gonna know it's Star Wars if we don't tell them?
I mean, they had a better name. It was called the Star Wars Anthology Rogue One. It's a better
That
name.
was just Rogue One. That's it.
I wish I could burn all these cinematic universes to the ground.
So there's gonna be absolutely nothing special about a Star Wars movie by the time we get to Star Wars Episode 10, 11, and 12, which will inevitably happen in the future.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but I mean, like, there's been 20 Marvel movies or whatever, and people have not gotten tired of that.
I have.
So you can. I'm not. You don't even watch them. First of all, Fun.
I do.
The point is, they could do it, but the thing about Star Wars, and the reason why I never really wanted these episodes 7, 8, and 9 to begin with, is
It's a complete story.
yeah, it was 1 through 6 is a complete story. So it's like, do you want to know what happens after Happily Ever After? It's like, no, I don't really.
It's like, it was prophesized that Anakin would bring balance to the Force for about 20 years or so.
You know what it looks like? Doesn't even look like fucking Han and Leia stay together after the movies. Like, that's ruining all kinds of headcanon.
Well, I mean, whatever.
Don't say head.
That bothers me.
It doesn't bother me. Fuck them.
I mean, it actually used to be canon, too.
Wait, do you
Disney
ship
ruin
Han and
all
Leia?
of canon already?
What's that?
Didn't Disney ruin all of the canon already?
They got rid of it, but I mean, as bad as most of the expanded universe stuff was, it had good ideas in there that I think they probably won't do in these later movies, just for the sake of being different.
So for our thumbnail, can you use a picture of the guy with the lightsaber armor?
What?
The lightsaber armor guy from the expanded universe, who's got he's wearing armor and it's just all got a little lightsaber sticking out all over it.
I've never seen
Wait,
This is
that.
an actual guy.
Is it Luke or is it Luke?
Is it Cortosis?
Yes. Whoever the fuck. I don't know.
Is
That's
it
the first
more,
result.
or is it more or less goofy of the horsehead guy? Do you know who the horsehead guy is?
I don't know. I just posted in the chat.
Oh, okay. Well,
Bring it up.
Oh my
that helps
God.
Bring it up
for
on the
that
holodeck.
helps for the audience.
Steve, bring it up on the holodeck.
What is this?
I can't do that. I'm not Tony Stark.
I like the lightsabers coming out of his knees the most.
There was a Star Wars character who like was part of the Rebel Alliance, and there's like a picture of him wearing like the orange jumpsuit and all, and like he was literally just had a horse head. They didn't even try to make him look like an alien. It was just a horse head.
What,
I mean,
you mean
that's
like
pretty
that
alien.
Darnell wears?
Yes, exactly that kind of horse head. There's a lot of wacky stuff in the old canon.
Remember Satan?
You mean
It was a
Sheev?
good show.
No, Satan from the first Star Wars movie. They actually had Satan appear.
Oh yeah, that guy in the background in the canteen.
Yeah.
I'm sure he has a backstory of his own.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll get a movie for it.
You know what? You say that. I gotta show you that one article I found earlier today. It's an article from the Rocket Power Wikipedia on the Cold War. And it's just like the entire article is just like what happens in the actual Cold War, and that at the end there's like an addendum to how it affected skateboarding.
God damn it.
It's like the most autistic thing I've seen today.
Why the hell are you searching for this?
I saw it on V.
Oh, okay.
So someone was posting the most like autistic Wikipedia article you can find. Someone posted the Star Wars Wikipedia article for the term breast. I remember seeing that before. And then someone just posted this rocket power Cold War shit in one of the threads.
So what you're saying is you're just browsing threads while hosting this podcast?
No, it was just earlier today.
Uh-huh.
I'm professional here.
No,
That's good because I'm not.
That's a total lie, Steve.
Do you want to host the Metal Gear podcast, Funk?
Yeah, sure.
You're the Metal Gear guy.
I relatively am. There's me and then there's Kojima, but I think I edge him out a little.
I mean, you do now because he's unemployed.
That's true. Well, so am I.
No,
so
no.
now
He's
we're just
just
even.
on
He's just on vacation.
He's just on vacation. I love how they say that there's like pictures of him talking to Sony guys. No, he's just on vacation.
Goodbye, or farewell, sausage. I almost fucked it up. So, the real question is, with Kojima looking for a new job, is he going to direct Star Wars 8?
Oh my god.
That'd be great.
I really do want to see Kojima in the film industry. That would be really crazy.
Maybe he and Del Toro can team up to make Pacific Rim 2. Funk would love that.
I mean, it'd probably be better with Kojima's taking an active role in it, but Pacific Rim 1 was not a good movie. And
Yeah, I'd rather see them collaborate on a good movie.
Heyo. I would love it if they just remade Schindler's List, but wacky.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I would kill to see that.
Just have a vampire in Schindler's List.
Wait, what if Schindler was the vampire and he has a strong urge to save the Jews, but he has to fight his inhuman thirst for their blood? Like
Hitler
Okay,
injects all the
are we-
Nazis with
with
nanomachines.
vampire serum?
Now,
Are we making
are there
references
demon pills involved?
There could be. What?
God
So
damn it, Steve! Jesus
Maybe-
Christ.
Please.
okay, wait. So
Kenny,
wait.
we're making jokes
So
here.
here's the climax of the
I'm trying
film. So the whole vampire Oscar Schindler has throughout the entire film he's been fighting off the Nazis, and he's had these demon pills as his like backup. He can take them and become a demon if he needs to. But he's like, but it's an irreversible process. So he's been fighting doing it, and there's been like the love interest character has been with him and supporting him to not take that plunge, that he can do it without it. But at the very end, in the climax of the film, like the Nazis are too strong, and it looks like that is his only way out. So the love interest is like, Oscar Schindler, vampire Oscar Schindler, you have to take the demon pills. You have to become a demon and save the Jews from the Nazis. And then Oscar Schindler just like holds up an empty pill bottle and he's like, no, I'm already a demon.
There it is. Guaranteed to win more Oscars than Prison School. That was a callback for you, Shellblade. So, Kenny,
What?
you tried to interrupt our joke. What do you want?
I I got nothing now. I got no
Anything
hand.
you want to talk about, Kenny?
What?
Do you want to talk about your drinking problem now?
No. What's so goddamn funny?
Because no one said anything.
You're the host of the fucking podcast. You need to segue into something.
No, that was the last topic. I
Okay,
had.
well, how about this? So for
You know, I was sitting here bitching about how this is going to be like close to 3 hours, and it's getting, well, what?
Not even close to 3 hours.
okay, so there is more to talk about.
Yeah.
So, excuse me, a little belched. For the past week, denizens of the internet, netizens, if you will, have been collectively getting extremely comfy. There's been high levels of comfy across the globe recently, and I don't think I'm the only one who's shared in this, as there's been a week-long live stream event of the joy of painting.
Thank you. Thank you for
And-
bringing this up.
Yes,
I
it is.
appreciate it a lot.
You know,
I had a lot of fun.
You know what's
watching
extremely comfy?
What?
Anytime he mentions getting a letter.
Yes.
Oh,
It's very nice. There's just so much sincere warmth coming out of that program.
Shellblade, I'm surprised you're old enough to remember what a letter is.
Yeah, just barely.
I'm a sucker every time that bird comes on. Like, it's such a cute little bird. And Peapod too, the pocket squirrel. He's adorable.
Yes.
Oh man, Steve, I had a terrifying
I mean,
experience
Funk-
this week. I had to learn how to use a fucking fax machine.
Oh my god.
That's not
Yeah, that's
podcast
pretty
material.
So
Get
Funk,
out.
I was gonna say, like, for all your enjoyment of the comfy, you did take umbrage with his painting of the cabin.
I really
he's-
don't like
he does
whenever
not- he does not paint cabins well. Maybe
He
like the
does-
little cabins, but anytime it's like the focus of the painting, it's not very good.
There was
But-
one painting that I was watching him do, and he had a really perfect landscape. It had a river and a waterfall. It was perfect. And then he's like, whenever he says, you know, I would really like to live here, that's when you
Yes.
know. Like,
That's when
That's
shit's
when-
about to go
Yeah,
sideways.
that's when he takes his knife and carves out some area for the cabin and paints a cabin there. But my absolute, I hate that. But my favorite thing is a very similar event where he's got the painting all done and he just kind of looks at it and he's like, "Yeah, you guys know me. I really just want like a nice tree right here," and then just paints like a huge ass tree right in the middle of the shot.
Now it's a
But it's-
bravery test.
Yeah, but it's funny because towards the end of it, he just starts referencing that he knows that people hate it when he kind of like just does that. He's like, I get all these letters that are like, you had a really nice painting. Why'd you ruin it with that tree? And it's,
I mean,
it's like, well, I'm going to do it anyway.
he was reading the Twitch comments, Funk. He knows.
No, but-
Ruined.
his son, Steve.
I hate Steve.
Wow, thanks,
No.
Funk.
Every time like he comes on, it's just like it's a fucking Steve episode, and he just leaves.
Is that like the Bob Ross version of a holodeck episode?
Yeah, he's a charismatic black hole.
But I like
do-
seeing the evolution of his hairstyle.
Yeah, that's true. Whereas Bob Ross is very stagnant with his hair, Steve is very dynamic.
Bob is very static. With Steve, you know, he's very dynamic with the glasses and the fucking goatee and shit too.
It goes from like a mullet to like a full
Yeah.
beard. It's like down to his ass, the hair.
he
but
paints one hell of a fucking mountain though.
His mullet has more charisma than himself.
Yeah, it's like it really makes you appreciate Bob because Steve is what this program would be like with most anybody else.
Right.
Yeah, but and so one thing that I've enjoyed about the stream is that you cannot get from watching the episodes on your own is that whenever he cleans his brush, the chat goes wild.
Yeah, right. R.I.P. Devil.
Yeah, he always so the way he cleans his brush is he takes his brush, dips it in some paint thinner, shakes it out, and then whaps it against the side of his easel to like dry it off, and it makes like a really loud like noise because he's just beating the brush against the easel. So every time he does it, he just kind of giggles and looks right in the camera, and he's like, "Oh, you got to beat the devil out of it." So the chat always just like spams "R.I.P. Devil" every time he cleans his brush, and it's just hilarious.
I love it whenever like you're a perfectly blank canvas, right? and then the second the brush touches the canvas, just instant spam of ruined. Like,
I love when he starts the paintings on a blank canvas with the mountain, because the mountain is always just a big random block of black that doesn't look anything like anything. So, but it obviously becomes a mountain later on. But it just looks like complete shit the moment it touches.
And the colors are great too, because like you get like Van Dyke hype and shit. And...
Oh, dude, alizarin crimson. That's my jam.
Yeah, Wizard Crimson.
Not wizard, alizarin.
No, Lizard Crimson.
It's not lizard crimson.
or ogre yellow, or yellow ogre. My bad.
Yes. What was your favorite color that he painted?
Phthalo blue.
I mean, phthalo blue is okay, but it's alizarin crimson. That's where it's at. Although, special shout out to titanium white. Yeah,
titanium white.
White. But he'd start every show and sometimes Steve would start the show this way if we were unfortunate enough that it was a Steve episode, by running the list of the colors across the bottom of the screen so the audience would know what they needed to get. And it's just, you get hype whenever you see your favorites.
Sounds like a comfy time was had by
the sound effects, I think, are the most comfy part. Like the sound of the knife just slapping against the palette as he mixes color together is particularly enjoyable and always makes me hungry for some reason.
But one thing I don't like when he paints on
You're always hungry.
When he paints on dry canvas, it's not a very satisfying sound, but usually he does wet on wet, so it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, I mean, he always mentions like, "Oh, I covered it with some just clear white or whatever." Just
right, but like sometimes he'll just paint on dry canvas, and like the sound is not very satisfying.
No, it's not. It's not. I just love that he paints with a knife sometimes. Like,
yeah, no, that's great. The way he carves out fucking rocks and shit is amazing.
Yeah. Oh, let's talk about his reflection game. His reflection game is insane.
Oh, it's on point. It's on point.
It's so good. So, Steve, okay, anybody who didn't watch, including viewers, I'm going to teach you how to do Bob Ross reflections. So you take your brush and you just drag the color down a little bit. You just drag it down, straight down, and you just go side to side, and boom, instant reflection.
And remember, just 2 hairs and some air.
Yeah.
And I also appreciate the fact that he taught us, put the light in the wave, because that's like the part that sells apparently.
Yes.
Just that little splotch of light within the wave on the seascape and shit.
Oh,
like,
that looked great, yeah.
But like every single fucking painting, he's like, this one is gonna make you a brush washing expert. Like,
I think he hates the people he works with, just like passive aggressively. He's always making these jokes that like about just his cameramen annoying him, so he just slathers them with paint thinner as he slaps his brushes around. It's all in good fun, but I think he really does hate them. So I learned, and I think I learned this via one of you guys, that every time he paints a painting for the show, he has to paint it like 3 times.
Yeah, I mentioned.
Yeah, that was you. So it's a lot of hard Bob Ross work.
He's dedicated. Well, he was dedicated to his.
Now he's dedicated to being dead.
He's with his wife now.
Now he's dedicated.
Oh.
Meanwhile, fucking Steve's got to get on the fucking hype train now, because now people are clamoring. So if Steve can capitalize off of this, I mean, maybe if he gets a little bit of Bob's charisma, I mean, obviously there's no way he'll be able to live up to the legend, but
Wow, thanks.
Maybe he swore off painting after his dad died because painting did his father in. Maybe. I mean, I'd hold a grudge against painting too if it killed my dad.
I feel like one day, Steve is gonna, take on the legend of like Big Ross. You know what I'm saying? The mantle. Yeah. He's gonna be Big Ross because it's gonna be like Ross, and the guy that killed the boss is Big Boss. So I
don't think he killed his.
You don't know that. He died on July. He died on July 4th. He was very patriotic.
Do you think so? What you're saying is that Bob Ross was a true patriot.
Yeah,
That's the title of the podcast.
I think
he's the son of liberty.
God damn it!
I think we should end it there. Unless there's anything else you guys want to
And-
throw
and,
in here.
you know,
before we
Yes,
this
go.
is-
I would like to have the last word.
Okay.
No, that was it. Steve, you can edit the podcast and end it right there.
No. There is one more thing I want to say about the joy of painting. And that is how hype it is whenever he says the phrase "the joy of painting," because for a title drop, it comes up somewhat frequently, but it's very endearing because the joy of painting is always like sharing it with your friends or
Right.
learning about yourself, and it's great. It's just great.
Roll credit.
I think it's a lesson for us all.
Yes.
I like it when the squirrel comes out of his pocket and goes, "This is Peapod arriving shortly at LZ."
It's over. Say goodbye, everyone.
All right. Wait. I would like to have the last word.
Bye, everyone.
Make it good.
No, that's it.